good Saturday morning. I'm Jaden Jefferson, and welcome to Toledo News This Morning. As you probably know by this point, I am not in the Glass City. I'm taking a little vacation time, and that's why you have to do vacation time by bringing in friends to cover for you. And joining me right now is Eric Chase of Q105 Toledo. Let's talk, because you guys have been busy over at this station.
Yeah, lots been going on. Coming up next, we're getting ready for the Barbie movie to come out. We set up this fun promotion where this weekend we're going to give people keywords to text to win their way into Toledo premiere this coming Thursday night, the 20th. And I'm going to be doing my afternoon show, 3 to 7, live from Black Rock. They're going to host a little Barbie pre-party for us with some they're going to Barbie-ize or Barbie-tize everything. Barbie trivia, Barbie waiters, Barbie drinks, Barbie appetizers, and then after that, our winners and whoever else wants to come on out. We're going to go to a 7 o'clock showing of the Barbie movie because it's it might be the movie of the summer. I've got that Kenergy.
I think it might be.
Hi Barbie, hi Ken. Oh wait, one more thing. This weekend we're doing bubblegum pop songs. So Hillary Duff, boy bands, some Jessica Simpson, anything in that realm.
Before we even move on, which Hillary Duff songs? I need no specifics.
So Yesterday.
Okay.
What else is this? God. Rain Down on Me.
Come Clean?
Come Clean. Yes.
That wasn't close.
Sorry. But definitely So Yesterday.
I mean, yeah, this is kind of the media multiverse. Things get all twisted and turned around because he's quite literally on his show, on my show. So that's how we do on Toledo News This Morning. And obviously, this is the type of show where we love good pop music. Is there anything new that you see coming to the radio with regard to pop by the end of the year, hopefully?
Olivia Rodrigo is back with
she is back.
Vampire. Never date her because you'll wind up in a really good song.
That's true.
Or maybe she just picks bad people like Taylor Swift did for the longest time. I mean, I guess if I were a pop star, I would intentionally pick crappy people to date, so I would always have songs.
I feel like that should be like a good tradition, like we start burning the notebooks when you start the relationship. I mean, I feel like that would just be the right thing to do, just so we're not tempted to write an album.
Right. The Olivia Project, I hope we get as many hit singles as we did on, I think it's called Guts, that comes out in September, as we did on Sour, because it was Driver's License, Good For You, Deja Vu, Traitor.
Yeah.
I hope we get 4 big songs from her on this next album. That's good, because the Taylor album is coming back. Well, although we're going back to an old song, Cruel Summer.
Ooh.
From a couple years ago.
I know many of us that are watching right now are excited about that. I think when you say the words Cruel Summer, that gets everyone going. It's kind of like how when a doorbell rings on a TV show and the dogs start going crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's what you just did.
Cruel Summer, Taylor Swift. I don't know. You tell me that Nelly Furtado has new stuff coming, and you and I are both going to like high-five each other in one way or another if she can have like another hit song, right?
I feel like it's really interesting what's happening with music because I think it's kind of this unofficial 20-year rule where if you had a hit 20 years ago, you can come back, the song will reemerge, and maybe you'll reemerge. I feel like with Nelly, we're kind of getting that right now because I read the Variety article, I believe it was, and she's talking about she's working on a new pop album.
We've connected over Nelly Furtado. I gave you some songs that you weren't familiar with. You reminded me of Maneater. So
I did.
Yeah, I'm all about it if she comes back. And I don't know what Timbaland has done lately. I'm all about him being back with his signature beats and whatever else he can create. That crew was always good with Timbaland, Missy, Nelly Furtado, of course, Magoo, Nelly Furtado. Then they pulled Justin into everything.
Of course.
So, yeah, that was a great era. I'd love to have that music back.
And this is the thing. If Eric doesn't play any of the songs from this new album that we're getting, I feel like I'm going to have to officially take over the job. I mean, we got to get Nelly back on the airwaves.
By all means. It pays really well. You don't make much now anyway, so you would be able to deal with a radio salary.
He's right. And of course, with a lot in the music industry right now, I feel like TikTok, it was a game changer. I mean, we kind of see all these songs getting sped up. We see them getting twisted around. We see them being used for content creation. I feel like there was a point where we didn't think there was a future for the music business. I feel like we're kind of in the opposite place right now. Like there's going to be just a wild future for the music business.
Music will never die. I mean, there has been music since the beginning of humans. I'm guessing it might have been smacking rocks together to a proto Timbaland beat, but there will always be music. If not TikTok, something else would have help things
True.
along. And obviously TikTok took a lot of people away from the traditional mediums like radio, but also, what that MTV doesn't do music anymore at all, right?
I mean, there is that MTV Classic channel that you kind of watch when there's like nothing on Netflix and you're just bored. You throw it on and you'll get a bunch of classic 2000s hits. I mean, there is that. But, I mean, it's obviously not the most mainstream thing anymore.
Right.
But, I mean, social media does change the game because you also see new talent being recognized. And in Nelly's case, we're seeing music that's older music, but people, all generations, can enjoy, which is really cool to see that. So, is there a specific artist you want to see come back this year, Eric?
Oh, that's a good question. I wasn't prepared for this one.
See?
You're going to edit this part, or you just let me sit here with a pause?
I think sitting here awkwardly is kind of the best thing for Toledo News
this
morning.
I got it. I want The Weeknd from the early and mid-10s to come back. Because we've talked about this off air before, where the last album with Take My Breath, Sacrifice, and then something else, very, very mediocre. None of those were like timeless hits. And the song that he's on now that is just massive, it's the karaoke version of I Don't Want to Know by Mario Winans. He's too talented, in my opinion, to karaoke a song. So, and I'm not asking for another Blinding Lights, but his early era with like Wicked Games and Earned It, which pushed him into the mainstream, and Can't Feel My Face when he worked with Daft Punk, like I want that stuff back. He's too talented to go so long without massive hits.
Yeah, and Eric sits behind this computer waiting. I mean, you come in and this man, he's searching for the next hit. But I will say, though, one thing that definitely 2023 brought us was some songs that stayed on the chart a while. And I mean, right now we have Morgan Wallen, 12 weeks at #1. And then you had songs like Flowers by Miley that are still getting a lot of success. I don't know, is this unusual? Because I didn't really start paying attention to the chart until this year.
I look at different metrics, but you're not wrong. We have one that you missed. It's a little older, Antihero.
Yeah.
I showed you some things recently that, as much as people will go, I'm so over this song, I have information that says otherwise. Flowers, Antihero are two of the biggest songs of the last 10 years. There might be a couple others that I'm missing right now, but those two jump out to me the most. And it's not often where I can remember getting two songs like that at the same time.
Eric, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Of course, and tell everybody to listen for you on Q105 at least till school starts back up.
Of course, yes. And Thursdays, Fridays, right? And
that was last week. You're away, so we'll figure it out. But you'll be here and there.
We'll figure it out. And I'll be back from vacation. But right now, you're watching me on tape, guys. The power of streaming. Remember when we thought that streaming would go away? I say we, and I wasn't around for that time.
Thanks for listening on Napster, everybody.
Oh my God. I'm Jaden Jefferson, and thanks for joining me for Toledo News maybe this morning. I'll see you back here next week.